Hello, folks. Welcome back to Tyranny. As always, of course, I am Falcon, your host. I'm gonna once again preface, folks, please like and subscribe and leave some comments below because it really helps me out with the channel, helps me, helps the channel, not only to grow but also to avoid some of the problems that YouTube has been having recently with subscription, people being unsubscribed, and just a variety of issues. Also, please check out my Patreon starting in the new year here. It's going to be interacting a lot more with the channel. It's going to be completely revamped, and it's actually going to be useful. Because right now, it just kind of exists. So, links for that, of course, are down in the description of all my videos all the time. So check it out. Alright, so, we are back at the disfavored camp, their headquarters. And we ran into a Scarlet Crusade person, or Scarlet Chorus, rather. Not Crusade. That would be Warcraft. We're just randomly here, and he was saying, like, come over and talk to me, so I did. Yeah, kind of you to stop and chat. I'm in a sticky situation. No one in my gang is alive or around to help me out. Okay. Oh. Hello, game. Are you awake? There we go. Stop wasting the Fatebinder's time. She has better things to do than listen to some criminal's mewling. I'll be the judge of that. Tell me of your problem, soldier. Oh, thanks for hearing me out. The disfavored aren't keen on conversation. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. It's possible to get a word in edgewise. She glares at her captor. Soldiers caught me outside a breach in the old walls. That's it. I wasn't inside. I hadn't stuck my toe through the threshold, and I wasn't dancing with any bane. I have a healthy relationship with self-preservation. Why were you arrested? You're only hearing one side of the story, Fatebinder. Our scouts observed this wretch, readying to enter the old walls. Her account is flawed, her guilt witnessed by multiple trustworthy northerners. The soldier makes a point of standing extra straight when he addresses you. I'm sorry, is readying to enter the best you have? Because I could just as easily argue that you're readying to get knifed between your shoulder blades. Doesn't count for shit until I see blood and bronze. I didn't go to the old walls. Case closed. Before I adjudicate on this matter, I need your mutual cooperation. If you ask me, this prisoner has already been tried and sentenced, but if this little game will silence her caterwauling, then be my guest. She has not been tried or sentenced, there, buddy. Just so you know. Now look, I'll stand by a decision. Couldn't land me anywhere worse than this. So what were you doing outside of the old walls? And my gang went inside, as I tried to tell the disfavored clods 100 times over. I shouted myself raw, trying to get them back out, but the gang was having none of it. Our leader discovered the breach and got himself excited over the chance of finding treasure. Try as I might, I couldn't talk him out of it. Could you speak to this defense? I wasn't there, of course, but I'm familiar with the arrest record. There was no gang, just a lone opportunist out to make her fortune breaking Kairos' laws. The scouts could tell just by looking at her that she was headed for the breach. She's a fiery one. Put up quite a fight when they took her in custody. I have no reason to doubt the charges. So you had no interest in entering the old walls? Never. I grew up in the tiers. Even we knew better than to go inside the old walls. If not because of Kairos' law, because the things lurking inside were like to eat us. Whatever you find in the shadow of those ruins, it's not worth the risk. So what was your gang doing in there? Oops. Nope. Causing trouble, looting, no more or less than what gangs do. Our boss was obsessed with holding his position, which is healthy when you're in the Scarlet Chorus. When he came to the conclusion the old walls might have some powerful artifacts, he resolved himself to find one at all costs. Funny to see a guy so wrapped up in survival trying to get himself killed. So where are they now? I never saw him make it out, so either they did, or they didn't. My money's on the later. If they made it out, they aren't wasting their breath trying to find me, so fuck them. Did your gang cause the breach? You're kidding me? We either take incredible force or incredible magic to bash through that ancient barrier. We had neither at our disposal. Either one of Kairos' edicts or some local mage caused the breach. Whatever ruling you make, don't pin that on me. Fair enough. Oh, why are we loading? I'm inclined to agree. Don't make the mistake of giving this one too much credit. Oh, well, good of you to agree with me, Merrick. Thanks. So what's a favorable ruling worth to you? She snorts. I'd love to help you there, but this favor took everything I had. Pity, I had a mountain of rings that I would have split. I think our mutual friend over there. She nods to the stone shield. The landlady was captured with some rusted weapons and a pittance of rings. I would hardly call that a mountain. You have your story. I have mine. Alright, I'm ready to make my judgment. Well, let's have it then. I hope you've got everything you needed. I don't trust your testimony. I find you guilty. You weren't in the old walls. You weren't in the old walls. I rule in your favor. Scarlet Chorus gain minor favor, but gain wrath with the disfavored. I don't really give a shit about gaining wrath with them at this point. At the same time, I actually want wrath with the Scarlet Chorus, because the abilities that you get with wrath are considerably better than the abilities you get with favor for them, and we're basically enemies with them anyway. At the very least, evidence is insufficient to prove the charges. You're free to go. So why does this gain you minor favor, but this gives you average favor? See, this is one of those instances where picking the lore option, well, might be best for the growth of my character. Because I said last episode, like, always go with the lore option. Well, sometimes you don't want to go with that because of things like this. Oh, I so just want to go with Wrath, because I want the abilities that you get with Wrath. But at the same time, like, as an actual ruling, I have to go with this. Like, actual ruling-wise, I have to go with this. I want the Wrath, though. Fuck. I think we'll get Wrath when we fight them, though, because we'll be getting Wrath for fighting them. We just haven't fought them yet, but once we start doing that, I think we'll get Wrath pretty quick, so... Alright, fuck it, we'll go with the lore option. Oh, yeah, shrewd, Fatebinder. Very shrewd. I think you'll do just fine. This goes against my orders and my reason, but I cannot argue the ruling of Tunan's agent. I'll let you go. Try and stay out of trouble. I'll stay out of the old walls, but that's all I can promise. I mean, you could not be convicted. There was not sufficient evidence to prove that you were actually doing anything. So we have to report to this guy for a quest that we picked up a while ago. I was having real problems loading. I killed the Scarlet Chorus Lieutenant. Indeed you have, and well done. One less reason for me to look over my shoulder. Here you go, for a payment for a job well done. Passes you a loop of reins. Is this all? Hardly an assassin's wages. Because it's not going to reduce our favor, I actually will take this because I want some wrath with them, because I would like to gain the ability, at least the tier 1 ability that you get for wrath. So I actually will go with this. Plus an upside subterfuge, which isn't hugely important, but he is nice nevertheless. Are you an assassin or a sworn servant of the court? Don't answer that. I'm confused about the difference and I don't want to hear about it. Take your blood money. Causes you 600 rings. Okay. Back to my questions. Okay, never mind. Those questions are useless. So how much money did that actually give me? That's not bad. We're at 48. We're at 48. I'm okay with it. We do have an upkeep that we have to pay every so often from the... this one. The forge, but that's a pittance compared to the quantity we actually have, so I'm not too worried about that. I think we need to hold on to our money for a little while at least, because we really don't have that much. We also need to rest. Can't do that. Whatever. I was gonna say if I go back and rest at the spire, I would get the bonuses from the spire, but that also requires me to travel all the way to the spire, and I don't know that that's something that we really want to do right now. So I think we're not going to do that. Are you a... Presence welcome as always. The saver have enough to accomplish that we need all hands on deck. Okay, you are not... Who the hell's the merchant in this place? Is it you? Yeah, okay, there we go. Here we go. So what do you got? I actually don't think you have anything that I'm really that interested in, but even so... Entry's Quill. So this does considerably more damage than the Quill does. The only problem is it doesn't have the Sigil of Life thing on it, but it does have that Martyr ability. Now, to be fair, nearby allies when defeated. Oh, so if he dies, it heals people. I mean... Okay? This is not terrible, but... I don't think I like it. I mean, it's not bad. But, nah. Not a fan. Not a fan. Okay, so these are shields. How are they in comparison to the one that I'm using? Worse recovery, better parry. Considerably better parry. Worse dodge, but better endurance. I mean, parry's technically more important. Not really a huge fan. Ooh, minus on negative recovery time. That's actually pretty good. Worse armor, though, than... Well, no, actually, it's not worse armor. It's just different armor. It's not bad, actually. I don't really want to spend the money for it, though, is the problem. Because we actually we can get better gear. Like, in general, we can get better gear. We just don't have the, we don't have the money to really buy the stuff that I would like to buy, as far as all that kind of thing goes, but... wait, what now? Okay, this is what I wanted. I want to sell things, not buy shit. Okay, it's the old... That's the starting weapons. So I'm gonna sell that. Iron axe in comparison to what he's using. What the hell? Yeah, okay, so it's the same shit. That's what I figured. I don't really know that I wanted to use that, actually. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Crush, really damaging crush weapon. Recovery is hella long, but it does more DPS overall because of his range. Interesting. You lose some armor penetration, but that's worth keeping around, I think. Gorthra has the two-handed weapon, so I should probably just sell it, but I'm not going to, just because it is fairly good. I don't want to sell things like that we can... See, I'm just going to sell heavy armor, because we just can't use heavy armor. We don't have a person who's equipped for using heavy armor, so there's really no reason for me to keep heavy armor around. Because it just doesn't do anything for me. We don't have a heavy armor person, so there's no reason for us to have heavy armor stuff. Okay, so this is actually better gear than what you're using. And this is better gear than what you're using for the most part. So... Okay, so I need to equip that stuff for you. No, we don't want to sell any of that. Can we just sell all of these? I think we can. I don't think we need any of this stuff. I believe the the other department is all things that can be sold. That's actually quite a bit of money. That gives me enough money I could buy some equipment if we were so inclined, but there's not really anything that I'm hugely interested in. Most of the stuff I really want is things that we need to go back to base for. Or go to the merchants at the crossing. Because that's pretty much where all the kind of stuff that I actually would be interested in are at. Oh, do you mind equipping? No, you stupid. Stupid. Oh, I equipped the wrong... Oh, okay. That's what happened. I equipped the wrong thing. So we'd have a little bit of recovery, precision on DPS. Okay, I will give you those. Damn it, game. Would you listen to me? Do what I tell you to do. There was something else that I was trying to equip, but now I don't see it. Or was that everything? Might have been everything. Light leather gauntlets. I thought there was boots. Oops. What did I give you? I gave you the boots. Okay. Didn't mean to do that, but I did give them to you, so I guess that's alright. That wasn't my plan, but whatevs. Alright, so I get slightly better equipment for you guys. So that is actually fairly important because they had their basic starting equipment, which is not really very good. So we did need to do that. Alright, so now we gotta go talk to what's-his-face?
On it.
The big boss. Graven Ash. Alright, dude. We did the thing. We've done the thing. Fate by no one in recent history has reached the pinnacle of a spire. You step to the top as if they were intended for your occupation. What do you have to say for yourself? If they help me conduct this war, then you should have nothing to complain about. You forget yourself, Fatebinder. Don't make the mistake of thinking of yourself as high or unreachable as your spires. Like the rest of us, you're subject to a greater power. Well, that's questionable. My search for Amelia takes me to the Rust Canyons. I'm pleased to hear of your progress. Rust Canyon was once a verdant pass for travelers, one of many choke points on the way to Sentinel's Stand. Now it's merely a garbage heap infested by rebellion. I confirmed that Amelia's unit was taken by Stratus Hirudin's troops. Damn that corrupted bred of a regent. If his death were not required to end the Edict of Storms, I would take pleasure in breaking him on the rack myself. I was devastated when Amelia's cohort vanished. My father's dread is not so different from a general's. In any case, I'm twice cursed to suffer the pain of her absence. I still fear her presence. It's growing stronger even, so I know that she lives, but I fear for her safety all the same. The Unbroken are seeking artifacts. That does make sense, but no means to kill Stratus Hirudin from outside a Sentinel's Stand. The only chance of breaching the wind wall would be through an artifact's power. Trouble is, the number of artifacts scattered about the realm is anyone's guess, and I couldn't tell you which of them could get the job done. If these rebels are committed to the task, it's possible they know something more. I believe it was the custom of each of the regions to travel with some artifact in their possession. Although about one of their polluted bloodline killed during the conquest, the Unbroken are likely seeking a corpse among thousands. A fool's errand, but not an ignoble one. And the Unbroken leader is named Matthias. Matthias. I have not come across his name, but yours is the most recent intelligence we have dredged from the region, so I can well believe that it's true. Whatever he calls himself, this upstart should be killed to set an example for his would-be army. Should you come across him, I expect his head to topple from his soldiers in good order. I received word that my disfavored have cleared a path to Rust Canyons that should prevent any rebels from entering or leaving the area. You should make contact with Theodore, lieutenant in charge of the attack. He'll guide you from there. Cool. Sounds like a plan. Alright, so we have to run back out of this area. We have a fair amount of money on us now, which is nice. It's not like a huge amount of money, but it's enough that we can buy some more nice equipment and or do some upgrades when we have time to go back to the Spire. Which we're not going to do this episode because we've already spent a sizable portion of it doing other things. So I might do that next episode, depending on how long we spend in the Rust Canyons. Or I might just entirely do the Spire stuff off camera. Unless something interesting happens, I probably won't do any of it on camera. There's not really much reason to. By and large. Alright, here we go. Did cut out those loading screens because they can be fairly long sometimes, although that one wasn't actually not that
storm
bad.
ripped all life to shreds, leaving behind only armor and weapons. It is chilling to see these metal remains with my own eyes.
No kidding. Wedged into these rocks are the iron trappings of soldiers killed by Kairos' edict. Magical winds sheared away all flesh, leaving behind only rusting armor and weaponry. Wow. Alright. So, I mean, if that's the case, the thing is still in effect, so shouldn't it still be killing people? Resolute blade. An unbroken soldier struggles to rise to his feet. One arrow lodged in his shoulder, the other in his thigh. He attempts to stand, but his muscles are too weak for the task. Watch it unfold. Are you alright, soldier? Turns to you in bafflement, squinting across the dust-strewn expanse, recognition barely evident in his gaze. You ironclads don't usually ask questions before you start shoving spears in our guts. He hacks up a wad of bloody phlegm. Surprised you could even string words together. Before you can continue, you both catch the sound of iron boots trudging closer. But his favorite soldier calmly approaches from the west. He regards the vulnerable southerner with a curled lip and a disapproving shake of his head. Oh, this is Theodore, the leader. Weak and broken. Prisoners make for poor sport. Your escape was spirited, but damned foolish. He raises his sword and points at the unbroken man's heart, poised to let it plunge and impale him to the filth-strewn ground. It's really necessary. His sword wavers as he notices you. Ah, Fatebinder. I hope you've come to tidy up the mess this vermin have caused for us. But to answer your question, Ash has deemed it so yes, it is. In one swift motion, he plunges his sword into the man's heart, pinning the fallen soldier to the rusted earth. His favorite soldier turns to the unbroken camp, frustration evident in his tone. Then his gaze shifts over to you and back to the walls. I have reinforcements now, Elia. If you open the gates, I could still make this easy on you. He passes you a knowing glance that suggests he's lying and proud of it. Oh, you must be the leader. Elia. You see a woman stride purposefully into view atop a platform along the wall's edge. She lifts a spear and hurls it at Theodore, cursing under her breath when it breaks against the rocks. I am so fucking tired of listening to you. Go shrink at someone else's fortress for a change, and stop trying to impress me by hunting down unarmed prisoners. Maybe the ladies of the north get shivery over your bravado, but all it tells me is that your codpiece is emptier than your skull. She takes note of you with a raised brow. I don't believe we've been introduced. No shit. One ironclad or two, it makes no difference. These walls could stand against Kairos' fury and your pig countrymen's saber rattling. Make no mistake, Elia. You would be better served as my camp slave than as my enemy. Such a waste of good potential. Tips his head to the west. Fatebinder. Let's consult when you have a moment. Not a fan of this Theodore dude. Oh, what the hell did I just do? Oh, right. I forget that you can actually zoom out in this. Like, I never actually do it. Ah, there we go. Here's the hunting bow. I'll compare that to the one I have. It actually might be the same thing. So it is. Well, no, it's not exactly the same thing, but it's close enough to make no difference. Okay, so this is better than the one that you're equipped with. You lose a little bit of recovery, but minimal difference really overall as far as recovery goes. Alright. Oh, you have people outside. See, others have tried to take this place with painful results. I find it interesting that there's people outside the walls here. Oh, these are heavy. Oh no, they're light armor. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely then. Sweet. Alright. So again, a little bit of recovery increase, but considerably better defensive capabilities, so more than worth it. Alright, this Elia chick. The unbroken captain looks down from the elevated platform, resting a heavy boot on top of an axe head buried in the wooden slats. She grips his handle as you approach. Hey, what do we have here? Her expression twists with sudden recognition. Aren't you the one who fucked over Agathon at Duskwatch? We have nothing left to say to one another. Either you're Graven Ash's favorite comfort soldier, or you just like to see honest folk die. Either way, you're a pile of beast shit to me. Now, what happens here, the Unbroken will take back Sentinel Stand and banish all you northern piss trolls to the Tiers, from the Tiers. I'd rather die than see Stalwart under Kairos' sigil. I can't imagine what I'd do to avoid it. The Unbroken stand in defiance of Kairos' rule. My presence should come as no surprise. I believe that you can win. You're looking for artifacts. Found anything? You tell me how to breach Sentinel Stand, I might show the Unbroken mercy. Gain that wrath. Ooh, okay. Send to me or sentence your soldiers to death. I really wish that I could look at their abilities, because I don't know what we get for them, like wrath or favor wise. You truly believe that you can win? I may die today, and Stalwart may remain a wasteland for another generation, but our people will remember. That memory will awaken to a thirst only quenched by your overlord's blood. That hope is enough to keep me standing in defiance. I hear you're looking for artifacts. Found anything? Yeah, your mother's prize. Oh, get out. Your mother's pizzle cane. Elias slaps at you and peers down at you with a grin. On the wrong side of this war to be asking me anything. Oops. Shit. Clueless lapdog. Of course I expected Kairos to dispatch someone eventually. The Overlord is in the habit of making appearances, so he's smart enough to realize the Overlord's wrath kills servant and foe alike. Why you aren't smart enough to do anything about it is a mystery to me. So they were the army of the Realm Restored? Ah. Saying the victories is evidence of skill, they pride themselves on never facing defeat while fighting on home soil. Really, 20th of the Broken's former strength survived to continue the war against the forces. Oh, so they were the main army, so that's why you are like holding so much territory and stuff. If you tell me how to breach Sentinel Stand, I might show you the Unbroken mercy. Yeah. You'll pardon the fuck out of me if I go ahead and ignore your northern rhetoric. The type sees us as nothing but future slaves, made only to serve the Empire's needs. I already know that this favored are looking for artifacts of Stalwart. I also know that they're searching blind. I'll take my knowledge to the grave if it keeps you out of Sentinel Stand. You can count on that. You're a little outnumbered at the moment, so provoking a fight might not be the best course of action. Let's wait until we have Theodore and his men to help. Huh? Oh, okay, so we can just go in and attack. I mean, we could probably win, but you've made your choice. I will return. Don't leave me to wonder, you simpering three-ring upright. She makes a vulgar hand motion and turns away.
On it.
I mean, we're not that outnumbered. We fought battles like that, those kind of numbers before, without any significant difficulties. Ooh, goodies. No outside allowed beyond this point. I mean, I could plow through you guys if I were so inclined. But I guess we're not going to. Let's go talk to, what's-his-face, if we can find him. I think he's over here, but let's look around a little bit before we venture off too far. Ragged Stalwart flag sways gently in the wind, marking the site where the original owner died during the casting of the store, of the edict.
See that?
Have that many people. Oops. There is goodies. Oh, I unlocked an achievement. Perceptive. I guess find a certain number of hidden things. My perception must just be good enough that we can find these things, because normally you're supposed to need to be in like scouting mode, the stealth mode, to find things like that, supposedly. But I've almost always have just found them. I've never really just like stumbled across them when I was stealthing or whatever. Like it's just we've just found them. Yeah, okay. I thought that looked like it wasn't going to be worth the time, and indeed, it seems to be the case. Lieutenant holds up a sword and squints through the obscurity of the high winds. Who goes there? Oh, it's you, Fatebinder. Wish you didn't have to witness that crude exchange before. Elia and her lot have caused me no lack of trouble. Samantha softens. You're most welcome here, even if your loyalties fall with the court more than the Legion. We need all the help we can get. Ash sent word to expect you. If you dispatch an outsider to help us in the field, that says something about his urgency to see these Unbroken conquered for good. I think we can both appreciate that his interest in seeing this matter resolved is of a personal nature. He catches himself. I apologize for that outsider remark. Some of us aren't accustomed to working with anyone but the Legion proper. Speaking with an officer of the court, try to act like it. Yes, ma'am. Let it never be said that Lieutenant Theodore makes the same mistake twice. Apologies again for the oversight. Man, it's hard to get fucking wrath of the disfavored. Ash says the Unbroken are scavenging the Blade Grave for an old, stalwart heirloom. I can think of nothing else that would help us breach Sentinel Stand short of the Regent's timely death. They'll make it easy by holding themselves up behind walls. If the conquest is any evidence, stalwart folk are less inclined toward facing their enemies in open battle. The Tearsmen are like rats, squeezing themselves behind the narrowest walls to avoid the inevitable. No matter what they find here, the Unbroken are trapped. North of camp, we have soldiers led by my subordinate, Jacomos. To the south, reinforcements march as we speak. He taps his chin in thought. Still, I would appreciate any help you can offer. The sooner we claim that Unbroken artifact, the sooner we can reach Sentinel Stand. What do you know about the artifacts in general? Aside from wishing I had a few to my name? Shakes his head in bewilderment. Their weapons and items powerful enough to change the tide of any battle. I couldn't speak to their nature or how they're responsible for such storied deeds, but I have no reason to doubt what they can do. The word coming down the line is that an artifact can breach Sentinel Stand. You have no complaints from me. That fortress has stood unchallenged for too long. With your help, I have little doubt it'll wear disfavored banners before long. This hardly looks like territory worth taking or defending. Well, the search for artifacts certainly changed how we view this garbage pit. Truth, Rust Canyons presents us with some strategic advantages. Our location brushes shoulders with Ironhearth and Duskwatch Fort. If we can claim this spot for the disfavored, that'd be as good as controlling the whole region. Kind of. Sentinel Stand is still the real prize of the Blade Grave. Any word? Seems to be more of a scout presence outside the wind wall. Unbroken, disfavored, everyone is on edge, waiting for something to happen. We'll have to hold our breath a little longer before we can uncork the old keep. Once we track down the stalwart artifact, it'll be a mad scramble as everyone races to claim Sentinel Stand first. But any new information? Not as such. We have every reason to assume that Stratus Harridan hasn't committed suicide yet, but we're hoping that Ash's daughter is in fair condition. I only hope that her father's protection is keeping her spirits high. What about their presence here? Well, they built a fortified camp due east of here, and another group holds a choke point to the southeast. Calling it a camp gives the Unbroken too much credit. Scavengers warren, garbage fortifications their enemies have managed to defend through dumb luck. No longer. Today it falls. My men are eager for battle, but we wouldn't mind taking the Unbroken camp in advance of our reinforcements. He glances to his countrymen with a smile. That'll show the old 15th cohort, eh, boys? We want to clear out a group of Unbroken by the bridge to the southeast, guard another entrance into the camp. Some of our men are being held captive there, too, and we need the extra numbers on our side to hold these canyons. Now, strictly speaking, my orders are to wait for reinforcements, so I can't directly assist you. But once we secure the camp, you can first pick up the spoils, and a chance to interrogate the leader, Elia. Deal? I'm here for my own reasons, but I'll help you if it gets me closer to Sentinel Stand. I'm just gaining wrath of them like left and right, but let's do it. I didn't think I'd have to convince an agent of Tunon that actually fighting this war was in her best interests. But live and learn. Take your help even if I don't have your enthusiasm. Make for the East Bridge and take out the Tears rats. That'll put a worthy dent in this encampment.
See that pen over there? Prisoners within are dressed in unbroken colors.
How good of you to notice? Ooh, how's that in comparison to the one I'm using? Why do I have the stupid bow equipped? Oops. Whatever. There we go. Some more damage, but lose all the armor penetration that the forge-bound hammer gives me. Although it does have more accuracy. I don't think it's worth it. Don't think it's worth it. It's a pretty good weapon, but it is pretty good. Anwin. Who the hell is Anwin, and why are you a thing? Need some cast-off iron? Maybe a few teeth for a necklace for your special someone? You drop one of your many satchels to the ground and pull some numerous tools and trinkets. Scavengers do the gathering, and then I take it from them. Profitable work if they can manage it. Pillaged iron, scavenged bones. There are laws governing mercantile wares, and you're conveniently ignoring them. Something flashes in your eye and your voice lowers. If the disfavored is so well off that they can ignore my wares, they're free to do so. As it is, Kairos' army needs all the help they can get. A friend of means is a friend indeed. If some misplaced morals stand in your way, feel free to buy elsewhere. I'll need a donation for the war effort if you're going to keep this up, merchant. She winces. Shakedown, is it? I've got a few marines to spare, but I imagine your belt is mighty full. Tell you what, let's say I speak of you in glowing terms to the Legion and we call it a day. Tell the Legion that I'm an uncompromising ass. What the fuck? Just maybe remember me generously. I mean, I'd rather take the reins. I was afraid you were going to say that. It's more profitable to spread a kind word here and there, but don't let me change your mind. She discreetly palms you a generous amount of reins. Now that's done, show me your wares. That's the spirit. Come take a look. Ooh, a special weapon. What do we got? This one blade is stained with dark red of arterial blood, leaving no doubt of where Heartfinder earned its name. Multiple accounts of royal assassination describe such a blade, though the validity is suspect. Need some accuracy. Blood Chanter's staff. Oh, it's a fire staff. Interesting. That actually might be not bad for giving her. Nah. I don't think I care that much. Hey, you don't have, like, anything. You've got, like, nothing but junk. Whatever. Whatever. Mostly junk. Alright, so we will go down and we will fight the guys down here just so we can get something accomplished. Some fighting accomplished, rather, in this episode. And then that's gonna be it, because we don't have sufficient time to do anything else right now. Unfortunately. We could just attack the gate there. We could probably force our way through, but rather than risk doing that, let's come down here and deal with these guys instead.
On it.
No, I can't just attack you.
Graven Ash protect.
Furl your sails, stranger. This bridge marks the beginning of unbroken territory. Scrapes his blade up the planks in front of him and drawing a line. Kairos' forces already tried to best us. They got this far. I know you for what you are, Northerner. I never met a woman or man from Kairos' domain who didn't try to invite my countrymen into the fold. I'll give you this chance to leave. Otherwise, I'm prepared to give my life defending this bridge, meager though it may seem. What do you want from us? Let's pass the bridge. Scratches his chin and sizes you up. Nothing the likes of you would be interested in. You're about to ask, well, why are you defending it? Then don't bother. We've got provisions, equipment, and unbroken soldiers. Reason enough. The work can rarely buckle or give quarter. We should not underestimate the ferocity of these scavengers. How are we doing on him, anyway? Okay, almost got his fear talent. How long have you been fighting? Long enough to have sons twice, at least. After the storm, I thought Kairos would be satisfied with our pain, but Overlord still finds a reason to kick us. You know, these canyons like the back of our shields, and we're not going to allow a bunch of pig-headed, ironclad jackanapes chase us away. Takes a special sort to outlast a siege or a long campaign. Stalwart-born folk like myself have it by the wagon load. Most die for their family. Others die for a bridge. Another fool come to test us. Shouts to his men. Once we catch the norther, let's stake her up on the wind wall. You have fun with that, because that ain't gonna happen there, friend. That is not gonna happen there, buddy. Just so you know. You will not be accomplishing that.
Another
That thing that you speak of. Oh, okay. Well then.
Friends.
Well then, I'm gonna have you support her. You're gonna support the other one. And that's how we will run this for right now, at least. Oh, no, 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 no. Hey, assholes. Who told you you could do this thing that you're apparently thinking of doing? Huh? Oh man, you guys are like immune to fire. Wow, you guys are just like fucking badass when it comes to spells, apparently. I have like no chance in hell of hitting you with anything, it looks like.
Alright.
Which is unusual, because usually that's a lot of things, but... Alright, go ahead and unload everything you've got on these guys. I mean, she can tank some damage. She's doing a pretty good job of it so far. They haven't been able to hit her yet.
Well placed hit.
So apparently she's doing pretty well. All things considered.
As you
She finally took some damage, but she still hasn't been hurt bad enough to really notice too much. All too easy. I love when they try to do like poison attacks.
Right.
It's like, it just doesn't work, dude. I mean, good try, but does nothing. Good try, but does absolutely nothing.
I suppose I can do that.
Oops.
Smash to pieces!
Well, never mind, you're dead. You dead. Never mind. We killed you without any difficulty whatsoever. Fruit. Oh good. Something I don't care about. Junk. Followed by more junk. Some men soaking in their own waste rises up for the spear.
Interesting.
Fatebinder. There are prisoners in that pit.
Strove the constant batter of dust and sand, but under the grime and dents you can see it is of exceedingly high quality. Master Blacksmith at a Spire Forge upgrade may have more information about this item. Ooh. I will give that to you then, because I want to make sure I actually remember it. Hi? You there! A voice cries out from within the pit. Dead soldiers, skewered on spears, litter the pit where a few survivors clamor for air. The unbroken dogs left us here to bleed and rot. Help us, please! Cornered, frightened, matter of grave and ashes right now, I'm certain you can sense the terror these soldiers are experiencing. We have information! Valuable information, no only the disfavored. Give us our freedom, we'll tell you all we know. When the spears look loose, uproot it and I'll use it to pull you out. Now you look all that heavy, give me your hand. Let's use the lore option, because again, lore option. Soldier falls to their knees when they finally get out of the pit, sigh with relief. How we never see the outside of that pit. Here, take this key. We acquired it from a scavenger to some stash north of here. When we tortured him, he said something about a pile of rocks near a banner. Healthiest of the prisoners help the weaker men to their feet, and the group begins its march back to camp. I mean, we already found the thing, I believe, and I think the key is going to open this door. I expect. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be it for this episode, so I will see you folks in the next one. Take it easy. Have a good day, folks. And please do, as I said at the beginning, please do like, subscribe, comment, and check out my Patreon. I will see you folks in the next episode. Take it easy, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.